TKO Talk.
It's been a while since I could stand.
Mic check 1 2. We recording? So before a couple of points to touch on that involve the UFC 322 results, I want to speak on two things really quick. I do understand, appreciate, and am comfortable with my station. That said, I do hope this sentiment is actively shared and spread throughout. The sentiment of the first point, that I'm about to get to. Fuck it. Both points, really. First off, the pre-fight presser had Islam in New York being cheered. I don't know who else saw or felt it, but his energy and spirit really lit up once he realized it was happening. I was honestly surprised because it wasn't too long ago fans couldn't stand him, especially in the US. And Islam has always been like ice cold and stoic with sometimes a little smirk on his face after a smart ass comment here and there, but someone quickly draws the line, he draws right back into this stoic, just almost empty inside type of mannerism, this aura, if you will. Whether on camera, for streaming, or with a peer, it always depends on who he's interacting with. But because of it, you can see it easily. Anyway, this stood out to me and got me thinking, man, are we now at the point our fighters are getting celebrated for the right reasons again? Because if so, I certainly welcome it. If not, we should. Because you gotta understand, and not the ones that already do, but the ones that just watch for betting or violence or TNA or all three, understand how difficult the job is for them. I think trolling fighters and bothering them, it's really obnoxious. And for fans that are not into that, I'm sure it's quite annoying. Obviously, it's gonna be annoying for the fighters. And sometimes I think we don't really realize how far into people's heads you can get when you start saying mean things. I think all of that stuff needs to come to an end. In my opinion, it was cool to see Islam, how he picked up his spirit from the energy of the fans in New York. Once he realized what was going on, cheers and jeers with good sports ethics and fan spirit is so much needed and overdue for a return in the UFC, in my opinion. Pretty much all of TKO and all of combat sports, to be honest with you. And that said, what the fuck is wrong with Dillon Danis?
You wanna call me a fucking bitch? Really? Call me a fucking bitch one more fucking time. One more fucking time. One more.
I have been outspoken on this guy for plenty of years, so many years, since before the Habib-Conor incident thing. I don't understand what people find entertaining about him. It's one thing for trash talk, it's another to just completely dox people and blatantly tell ridiculous lies, not like Chael Sonnen lies for entertainment purposes, just absurd, dumb, pointless lies. It doesn't work for him, never has worked for him. I am a bit embarrassed to say I've spent dozens of hours listening to his lies and absurd comments. I have watched people pretend to call him out on things only to participate in his bullshit and elevate it even higher. I have expressed my disdain for his preference to be lazy in athletic competition. Right? All that said, I also was happy for him in his recent victory on whatever fight card that he got on. It was an MMA fight in some hodgepodge fight card thing. I even tweeted or X-posted, I hope it was a change for him going forward and that he got focused. But no, Dillon is the exact same, and for whatever fucking reason he thinks he's the king of New York. As he says, just ask around, apparently. What the... He has been all his life from what I can gather. And trust me, I've spent a lot of time researching this kid. He's just desperate to fit in. He's desperate to be cool, to be an alpha in some circle somewhere. He's desperate to be liked and relevant. His troll and lying ways came from his inability to connect with an audience in a big and fast way through jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts. He saw what Conor got, and that's exactly what he wanted. He thought everybody could get that, including him. Lazy and injury prone. and he uses his injuries to this day as an excuse to be inactive for the better part of a decade, other than laying down literally for Logan and whatever fight that was recently. In my opinion, he only took it so he could pay court fees because he was trying to dox people and do crazy shit. No, Jet, no, hold on. He tells the same stories, same bullshit. He pretended anyone gave a fuck he was at UFC 322 and started a fight or got in one or whatever. Why? Because Danis hates he isn't in the UFC or WWE. Because he loves them and wants to be a part of them. He wants to be the famous villain in combat sports. He wants to do pro wrestling promos, literally. He's jealous of Logan Paul and pretty much every UFC fighter. Again, from what I can gather, allegedly in my opinion. And now Dillon will never be cool. He'll never play varsity ball. Good.
What's gonna happen? Nothing.
Just lean into it.
The concrete and I splat. You're gonna bounce. Go.
He's gonna float.
Nothing's gonna. I'm telling you, like, look me in my fucking eyes. Nothing is gonna happen to you. You're gonna sit up here and be like,
hey, I
what
gotta
the fuck
send you
was
this
I gonna do? Because we love you and we want to see you do it. Just fucking do it. You're cheating yourself. When I kept trying to fucking teach you how to aerobic that thing, you didn't listen to me, did you? You did it. And you can agree with that. Fucking listen to me and you'll win. Let's go.
Bro,
Quit doing this. Your board can't get any fucking tighter. Your board can't get any tighter than this. Once it's there.
Bo Nickel with a much needed W, but it was also in a big way. That was a proper bounce back. And let's see how long it takes for the fan base to warm back up to him, with a head kick KO and also being the real American freestyle champion. I was impressed with what he showed. I saw feinting, I saw patience, and again, a fucking head kick. Let's see where the momentum takes him. Honestly, I think he's gonna whoop some more ass at Real American Freestyle, and that's only gonna build his confidence more and carry that momentum back into the main card. I'm confused on these two major fights that went down for UFC 322 co-main and main event. Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena and Valentina Shevchenko and Zhang Weili. It's the best of the best taking on the best of the best, but both fights were one-sided and total domination. I know everybody's got like 4 hours from every content creator of their breakdown, so I'm gonna make this like really quick. I'm not interested in seeing Magnum moving down to take on McKenzie. I think Weili beats McKenzie down easily, and if McKenzie got lucky and won, who cares? I'm not interested in Valentina doing anything but moving up in weight. I don't think Natalia Silva stands a chance. Yes, she too can get lucky, but I don't want to see somebody get lucky against Bullet. I want to see her challenged, which right now looks like it's never gonna happen in her division. Take Juliana Pena, Norma Dumont, even Ronda Rousey. If she could pull it off, give her the winner of Nunes and Harrison. Obviously, Valentina and Harrison would be incredible, and Valentina is still heated about the Nunes rematch. I promise you all that. Anyone that hears this, yes, if she says she's not, she's lying. She isn't gonna ramble about it, but it isn't because she's afraid to lose again. That woman wants Nunes almost as bad as the Vixen does, and I don't want to see Ilia at Islam. I don't think Ilia will be able to keep Islam off of him to knock him out. I think Islam will be very smart the first 2 rounds, and I think he's all around better than Ilia. Also, Islam looked like he has always been fighting at welterweight. I think he can defend the title a couple of times with relative ease, to be honest with you. I do think, though, Michael Morales will have something for him. That's enough wild talk with Ilia. Still think he gets Gaethje and not Patty, but I like the Patty fight a lot better. Either way, for me, Islam Ilia off the table.
He might well go and take this back. I'm not eating no motherfucking dick just sitting on top of my fucking spaghetti. That's not happening.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Yeah,